Hey there, Kim Rowe here. I have my heater on, I'm out in my garage, and I'm working on this big, large piece, and it's one of those things that I've had in my mind, what am I gonna do with this? And so I saw a picture of, it's one of the papers that I have, and I thought, oh, that looks really cool. So I decided I was gonna do that, but then as I was playing with it, I thought, oh, let me come on here and just show you what I'm doing, because a lot of people ask me about blending and things like that, and some people wonder if you can blend the new Evolution paint by Farmhouse, and so that's what I'm doing today. So if you're popping on, say hi and tell me where you're watching from, and I have my computer here, so hopefully I will see you. But what I did so far is, if you see here, this is white because that's where I'm going to use my decoupage paper. And so when you're doing, if you want your paper to really pop and show the image really well, you want to put a nice white base behind it, and that'll really help with your, I'm going to grab my paint over here. I left it over here. So the color that I have here is Beyond Blue, I believe, in Evolution, and I'm mixing in some elemental gray, and then I'll be using some greige. So I did a little bit on the side over here, and when I did that, I thought, oh, maybe I should do a video since I haven't been on for so long. Some of you know I was sick. I had COVID, which was my first time having it, and I tell you what, it's been over 3 weeks, and it's still kicking my butt a little bit. So I'm still tired, and that's why I haven't been doing too many videos and painting. But I had a little burst of energy today, and so I thought I'm gonna get this piece done. It's taking up half of my garage. Now, luckily, I think it's gonna rain the next couple days here. We're not having any snow in Pennsylvania. We are we've had a snowless winter, which is okay with me. Although I did say to my husband, I don't mind one nice snow every once in a while, it's fun. So anyway, what I did is I put a whole coat. Actually, I want to make sure I'm giving you the right color because it's coming out pretty close to true in the video. Let me grab my jar of paint. Yes. So it is Beyond Blue. That's what I thought it was. I wasn't sure if it was Zen Theory, but Zen Theory has a little more green to it. So this is called Beyond Blue, and it's a beautiful, I would say it's very close to like a robin's egg blue, although robin's egg maybe has a little more green. So it's just really pretty blue. So anyway, I put 2 coats of that on, and if I was thinking ahead, the second coat, I could have done what I'm going to do now, because right now I'm going to add a little bit back on there, because what you want to do is, this dries pretty quickly, this Evolution, and so while it's still wet, you are able to blend with this. So let me see if I can move out of the way here. And what I did is I have on this plate, I have some of the elemental gray, which is the darker gray of the Evolutions. So I'm just going to do it in here to show you. Hold on, let me fix my camera so you can see it a little bit better. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to just lay on some wet paint. And again, if I was thinking ahead, I would have done this when I did the second coat while it was still wet. But the next one, I just got this brush. I don't even know what it's called. It's another Farmhouse brush. But let me see if there's a name on it. I don't know what this is called, but it's a big brush, large oval brush, something like that. I'm going to grab some of this elemental gray, and I'm just going to add it in here. Sorry, my plate's banging. So with this brush, I'm just going to blend this, and so you can kind of, I could actually have greige as well, which is the lighter grayish tan, and I may add that in too. But what I'm doing is just kind of going back and forth. Now, the other thing you can do is as it gets a little bit, you can use your fine mister, which I have an old one here that's not working as well. But that will help spread this. Now, I did already do down in here, but I'm just gonna, because it's not like this is not for fine painting. This is more for accenting and kind of dry brushing, and it's perfect for this blending. So, but I wouldn't use it for like getting, fine painting. Although this paint does really self-level, so that's great. So anyway, there you can kind of see, I think you can kind of see how it blended it. I did over here, I didn't do the top yet because that would be actually a good one because I haven't done the second coat yet. It's still a little wet from the first coat. So I'm gonna let that dry. But again, I'm gonna come in here with this Beyond Blue and get this wet so it'll blend. And you can do this in layers and layers and layers and keep, till you get the effect that you like. But again, if you're just joining, this is white because I'm going to be adding some decoupage in here. And so I want that to be white. And, but maybe I'll even add some down in here, here. Now I have my heater on out here in the garage, so you may hear a little humming, but that's also, this paint you can paint when you're cold, but which is nice, but I don't enjoy that, so I have my heater on. So anyway, I have a little bit of this paint on the plate here, and now I'm just going to come in and kind of press it and move it into this wet paint, so you can still see the Beyond Blue. You kind of have to work fast with this because it does dry pretty quick. But as you kind of hit different areas, and then you can come back if you have, you're like, oh shoot, I put too much of that gray in there. Come back and dry brush with a little bit of the Beyond Blue again. Although I think what I'm going to do is come back with the Grease, and that'll be my highlight color. Especially like on some of these kind of cool detailed areas and stuff. Now I am getting some of my white, which is fine. I can come back if I want to, and fix that if I feel like I need to. But I'm just gonna go actually in here. I already did this before. So, and then as it dries, this elemental gray darkens a little bit, so you do see it. So I think, hopefully, I think you can see that in there. But anyway, basically what you want to do, and when you're done with your brushes, actually, let me turn this, and I'll do one more side here so you can see this. Actually, let me just move my whole camera here. Move this. There we go. Okay. So this is a good big spot that I can show you what I was talking about. So I'm going to get this kind of wet, and this is the blue. And you can do this with, I like to do a little bit of a contrasting color, and I seem to do it in threes, 3 colors at a time, but the 2 main ones are here, and then the highlight would be the lightest one. Well, or it could be the darkest one. I always seem to do the lightest one last because I think it highlights some of the areas nicely. Okay. So now I'm just going to come in. I think now you can see this a little bit better and how this works. Okay. So you kind of pull them together, but not totally, so that they don't totally blend. And then I go back and forth this way. And then I just soften up the edges. But like I said, this brush, I just got this, and it's great for blending. So it still has a little bit of a, you can still see the Beyond Blue through this, but it also has that highlight of the elemental gray. And then I'm just gonna kind of hit these areas here lightly. But like I said, I'm gonna let it dry. Now if I want, I can come in here. I wanna add more of this blue back in. The other color, I am gonna add the greige in here, but the other color that would be nice in here would be cotton white, just to really have some accents, because the white always pops. So there we go. Like I said, you can use your spray bottle if you need to, you know, mix it a little bit more if it starts to dry, but this is working pretty good. So anyway, that's the blending with Evolution. Now, what you want to do is make sure that you put these things back in a bag, because this Evolution dries quickly and you don't want your brushes to get ruined. I have done that before. If you're using like a clay-based paint or chalk-based paint, it's not as crucial, because you can re-wet that and you can usually wash it out. But anyway, so that's that. The top is still drying, or I would actually show you it on the top. But next time I'll come on and I'll show you a little bit with the decoupage. Let me show you what I'm going to be using. Push this back out here. So this is the paper that I've been dying to use. I actually was going to use it on a couple other pieces that I had, and it just didn't work out. And so I see that bird. I think it's going to be really cool, and it's going to fit right in here, the bird, and then the flower will go on the other side. I did think about putting it in the middle here, but because of this really pretty decorative thing, although I could put a piece in here and maybe a couple, you know, cut some flowers and put them up there. So I may keep it and move it around a little bit. We'll see. But that's what's fun about this. You can kind of play with it. But and I'm going to use my liquid patina to put this down. It's a great decoupage medium. So when I get ready to do that, I'll try and do a video. I'm not sure if I will. If I do it today, I'll pop back on, because this is still drying. Whoops, I just messed that up. Because that's just my my white base coat. So I may have to do it later. So stay tuned. But if you, oh hey Sharon, sorry I barely can see. I don't have my glasses on. But anyway, play around with blending, because I'm telling you, it's a lot of fun. And the other thing that you can do too is, well, hold on, let me see if I can find, oh, yes, I'm going to grab I have my chip brush right in the door, inside the door, because I want to show you that, this was a little thick here, because I want to show you the final little coat that I'm going to add with that greige. So hold on one second. Let me grab my chip brush quickly. Whoops. I don't have it, it's in my car. So I'm going to show you, I have another brush here, so I can do this. I'll try and do it with this, but let me grab my paper towel here. So basically, chip brushes are good for dry brushing because they're so uneven and they just will hit the edges slightly. Hold on. But I'm going to see how this color works. If it doesn't work, then I'll probably go with Cosmic White, because Cosmic White is the white that's in the Evolution. If you haven't tried Evolution yet, you will probably like it. It's got a little bit of a sheen compared to the other farmhouse paint. So yeah, I do like this color. So, but I think I will grab my, so what I'm doing is I'm just getting a little bit of paint. Oh, you can't see. Let me push this down. Hello there. How are you doing? everybody. Thanks for joining. I think that's Angela. Hello, Angela. So you want to get hardly any paint on your brush. I like to wipe it off on a paper plate or something like that, and then just lightly hit the edges of these really cool little detailed areas. And like I said, when you use white, it really pops. But I don't know, because I'm going to look at the paper. The paper does have a little bit of white in it, but I don't want it to be too stark. So, and usually you want to wait till your base dries, because it won't blend in as much as like when I was wanting to blend. But now I'm just highlighting. So I'm just gonna hit the edges of certain areas here. Then I'm gonna go back, put a little paint on and take it off. But when you just lightly, I don't know if this is coming out in the video, but I'll take pictures and show you. But yeah, I think this grease will be a good complement to the other colors. I'll have to look at it with paper. And then the other thing too is, I mean, I could always go and add white over this even as another layer. So, but your chip brush is going to give you a little bit more unevenness, where this brush is kind of a little bit more coverage, but that's okay. I still like it. Now in here, like with these decorative areas, you can really just barely have any on your brush and almost go a little bit harder, and because you don't have any on, it's going to just pick up little bits. But I like the randomness of this, and I like the, I don't know, it just softens it a little bit. And I think with the decoupage paper, it's going to be kind of cool. So anyway, I'm just going to continue playing with this. I'm going to do the top with a little blending as well. And then if I do get to the decoupage part of it, I promise I will come back on and do a little video for you. So glad to be back. Oh, and the other thing I was going to mention, if you're local to Pennsylvania, or if you're not local and want to make a trip out here, I'm having my annual retreat again. It's going to be April 14th is a Friday night, and April 15th is an all-day Saturday. And so we are going to be doing all kinds of fun techniques, using all different products from Farmhouse and IOD, and oh my goodness, just a lot of different things. And it's a great one for even if you're a beginner and never painted before, or if you are a seasoned painter and want to learn some new techniques. It's going to be really cool. I have some pictures on my Facebook page, but I also will be sending out emails with some pictures of the techniques. There's going to be about 7 of them. Last time we did 9 and it was almost a little overwhelming, so I don't want to overwhelm anybody, but we're going to have a lot of fun. And so, but it's in Downingtown, and the Friday night event is in Chester Springs. So let me know if you're interested. I can send you information. But it's April 14th and 15th, Friday night and Saturday, and I promise you will learn a lot and also meet some fun people. We already have probably about half full, so we still have some space, but let me know if you have any questions. So have a good day. Bye.